Shalom, chapter 16, Korah and his company challenge the priesthood. The ground opened and swallowed them alive. Chapter 17, Aaron's staff bloomed almonds overnight. The Creator confirmed his chosen line without ambiguity. The people saw both. Their response in chapter 17, verse 12, surely we are dying. Whoever comes near the tabernacle of the Creator must die. Are we all to perish? That is the question Numbers 18 answers. Not with terror, but with covenant. The Creator says, here is exactly who bears the weight of the holy things, exactly what that weight costs them, and exactly how I will take care of them for hearing it. Numbers 18 is a chapter where calling gets a price and a provision. Stay with me. Welcome to AsahxMusic Torah Studio, where we worship with sax and walk in Torah. After the devastation of Korah's rebellion and the confirmation of Aaron's priesthood through the budding staff, the camp of Israel is shaken. People are afraid to approach the tabernacle. So the Creator comes to Aaron directly, not Moshe, and speaks the charge that defines the entire priestly system. Numbers 18 has three movements: the priestly charge and the responsibility in verses 1 through 7, the priestly portions and what the priests received in verses 8 to 19, and the Levitical portion and the tithe system in verses 20 through 32. By the end of this chapter, the Creator has established a complete economy of sacred service. Who bears the danger? Who receives the provision? And why the two are inseparable. Like, subscribe, and stay through this arc prayer, because Numbers 18 has a word for every person who has ever been set apart and wondered, is this worth it? Read with me verse 1 of Numbers chapter 18. So the Creator said to Aaron, you and your sons and your father's house with you shall bear the iniquity related to the sanctuary, and you and your sons with you shall bear the iniquity associated with your priesthood. Here we see the Creator speaks directly to Aaron. You and your sons and your father's house. You and your sons with you shall bear the iniquity associated with your priesthood. This is not a blessing, not yet. This is a weight. The Hebrew word nasa, to bear, to carry, is the same word used for the Levites carrying the tabernacle. The priests carry something far heavier than poles and curtains. They carry the moral liability for what happens in the holy space. Verse 2 through to 4. The Levites are brought near to Aaron. They serve him and assist the whole congregation. But verse 3 draws a sharp line. They shall attend to your needs and the needs of the whole tabernacle, but they shall not come near the articles of the sanctuary and the altar, lest they die, both they and you. The Levites assist. The priests alone enter. Verse 7, the Creator's summary. Therefore, you and your sons with you shall attend to your priesthood for everything at the altar and behind the veil. You shall serve. I give your priesthood to you as a gift for service, but the outsider who comes near shall be put to death. So we're looking at the calling. It carries weight before it carries reward. The first thing the Creator tells Aaron in Numbers 18 is not about the portions he will receive. It's about the iniquity he will bear. Before the Creator announces any provision for the priesthood, he announces the responsibility. The weight comes first. The reward is introduced after the cost is established. Example, the high priest on Yom Kippur is perhaps the most vivid picture of this principle. He enters the Holy of Holies alone with the blood of atonement, carrying the moral weight of an entire nation. The slightest impurity could mean death. The purpose of Aaron's calling is not personal elevation. It is to stand in the gap so that the rest of the camp can live. The protection Aaron provides for Israel is inseparable from the danger Aaron absorbs on their behalf. Every person called to ministry, teaching, leadership, or sacred service will eventually arrive at their Numbers 18, verse 1 moment. The moment when the Creator makes clear that the calling carries weight before it carries recognition. The iniquity of the sanctuary is real. False teaching, careless worship, unauthorized access, spiritual negligence, these are not merely administrative errors. They are iniquities that the set apart ones are responsible for absorbing. If you are in a consecrated assignment, ask yourself, am I taking the weight of this seriously or only the platform? Before Aaron heard a word about what he would receive as a priest, the Creator told him what he would bear. Numbers 18 opens with the weight, not the reward. If you have been called to something sacred, the Creator is not hiding the cost. He is establishing the covenant. The weight comes first. Let's look at another reading section, verses 8 through to 19. Now the Creator turns from the weight to the provision in verses 8 through to 19. And the Creator spoke to Aaron, "Here, I myself have also given you charge of my heave offerings, all the holy gifts of the children of Israel. I have given them as a portion to you and your sons as an ordinance forever." The priestly portions are extensive. The most holy offerings, the grain offerings, the sin offerings, the trespass offerings, eaten by the priests in the holy place, the wave offering, the breast and the right thigh, eaten by the priests and their households, the first fruits of grain, wine, oil, and the first of every fruit brought to the Creator, given to the priests, the devoted things in Israel, the firstborn of every clean animal. And then verse 19 closes this section with a covenant term. It is a covenant of salt forever before the Creator, with you and your descendants with you. Salt covenant, the most binding covenant language in the ancient world, unchangeable, irreversible. What the Creator has set apart for the priest is not subject to renegotiation. And then verse 20, one of the most stunning verses in all of Numbers, the Creator speaks directly. You shall have no inheritance in their land, nor shall you have any portion among them. I am your portion and your inheritance among the children of Israel. So we see the highest provision is the presence itself. The Aaronic priests receive more tangible portions than any other tribe in Israel. The best of the offerings, the first fruits, the firstborn animals. And yet the Creator summarizes all of it in one sentence that removes what every other Israelite has: land. No inheritance, no portion. I am your portion. This is simultaneously the greatest poverty and the greatest wealth available to any human being. Every other tribe in Israel will eventually stand in their lot in the promised land. Look at the hill, look at the valley. This is ours. Our children will farm this. Our grandchildren will build on this. Aaron's family will never do that. Their inheritance is not measured in cubits. It is measured in nearness. The Creator himself is their territory. There are people called to forms of ministry and sacred service in which the tangible accumulation that marks success in the surrounding culture will simply not be part of the calling. The Creator is not unaware of this trade-off. He is explicit about it. He names it, and then he says, I am your portion. Not a religious cliche, a covenant statement. If you are in an assignment where you have had to release the kind of inheritance around others around, you are building, Numbers 18:20 is your verse. The Creator does not ask for your land inheritance without giving you himself in exchange. Every tribe in Israel got land. Aaron's family got the Creator himself as their inheritance. Numbers 18:20 says, I'm your portion. This is not a consolation prize. This is the highest possible covenant statement. And it is spoken directly to the ones who bear the weight of the holy things. Let's look at verses 20 to 24. But the Levites shall perform the work of the tabernacle of meeting, and they shall bear their iniquity. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations, that among the children of Israel they shall have no inheritance. Now the Creator turns to the Levites in verses 20 to 24. Behold, I have given the children of Levi all the tithes in Israel as an inheritance in return for the work which they perform, the work of the tabernacle of meeting. The Levites receive the tithe, the tenth of everything Israel produces. This is their portion in exchange for their service and their exclusion from the land inheritance system. Verse 22 renews the boundary that has run through all of Numbers. The children of Israel must not come near the tabernacle, lest they bear sin and die. The Levites perform the service. The Levites bear the consequence. Verse 23 restates what was said of the priests in verse 20. Now for the whole tribe, among the children of Israel, they shall have no inheritance. The entire tribe of Levi, priests and Levites and service Levites alike, lives on what Israel gives. Their sustenance is tied directly to the faithfulness of the congregation they serve. The Levites bear the weight the congregation cannot. Let us observe this. The Levites stand between the congregation and the holy things, absorbing the danger so that Israel can live. Their position is both a privilege and a shield for everyone else, but there is a cost built into the design. Their provision comes entirely from what the congregation brings. The Levites cannot farm their own food, build their own legacy, accumulate their own territory. They are structurally dependent on the generosity and faithfulness of the people they serve. Think of it, in terms of a watch. The Levites are the inner mechanism, the gears and the springs that no one else sees, working constantly, making everything else function. When the mechanism is healthy, the watch keeps perfect time. When it is neglected, when the congregation stops bringing the tithe, stops honoring the assignment of the tribe set apart to serve, the whole system suffers. The Creator designed interdependence, not independence. Numbers 18 establishes a principle that runs from Sinai into the New Covenant. Those who serve in sacred calling are to be sustained by those they serve. This is not a fundraising technique, it is covenant architecture. When a congregation honors the tithe, they are not giving to an institution, they are fulfilling their covenant role in a system the Creator designed from the wilderness. The Levites could not survive without Israel's faithfulness, and Israel could not approach the holy things without the Levites standing in the gap. The Levites stood between the congregation and the holy things. They bore what Israel could not bear, and their food, their livelihood, their entire provision came from what Israel faithfully brought. Numbers 18 says that this is not accidental, it is covenant architecture. The one who bears the weight and the one who brings the tithe are both necessary. Reading verses 25 to 32. We're coming to the section that deals with the tithe of the tithe. Thus you shall, verse 28, thus you shall also offer a heave offering to the Creator from all your tithes which you can receive from the children of Israel. And you shall give the Creator's heave offering from it to Aaron the priest. Now the final movement, the tithe of the tithe, verses 25 through 32. The Creator speaks to Moshe, speak to the Levites and say to them, when you take from the children of Israel the tithes which I have given to you from them as your inheritance, then you shall offer up a heave offering of it to the Creator, a tenth of the tithe. The Levites receive a tenth from Israel, and then out of that tenth, they must give a tenth to the priests, a tithe of a tithe. The ones who receive the offering must themselves bring an offering. Verse 29, of all your gifts you shall offer up your eve offering of the Creator, from all the best of them, the consecrated part of them. The word best is critical here, not the remainder, not the surplus, the best of what they receive. That is what the Levites return to the Creator through the priests. Verse 32 closes, and you shall bear no sin because of it. When you have lifted up the best of it, you shall not profane the holy gifts of the children of Israel, lest you die. No one in the system is exempt from giving. This may be the most unexpected turn in all of Numbers 18. The Levites who receive the tithes because they have no land inheritance are themselves tithers. They are in the system of receiving and the system of giving simultaneously. The Creator does not create a class of people who only receive. Everyone in the covenant economy, including those who live by what others give, participates in the act of offering. For example, a Levite in Israel might be tempted to reason, I serve, I bear the weight, I receive the tithe as my provision, and that provision is already less than owning land. Why would I also tithe from it? Numbers 18 closes that door firmly. The tithe of the tithe is not optional, and it must be the best, not the leftover. The Levite who skims from the top before giving is profaning holy gifts, and the chapter ends with a warning. You shall bear no sin when you give the best. Implied, you will bear sin if you don't. The Creator designs a system in which generosity flows at every level. The Israelite farmer tithes to the Levite tithes to the priest. There's no rung on the ladder of sacred service that is exempt from the practice of giving back. If you are in ministry, if you receive support, tithes, honoraria, or any form of provision connected to sacred service, Numbers 18 speaks directly to you. You are not exempt from generosity because you live by generosity. You give what you receive, the best of it, because the covenant runs all the way through. The Levites received the tithe from Israel, and then the Creator told them, now tithe from that, a tenth of your tenth, and give the best of it. Numbers 18 closes every loophole. No one in the Creator's covenant economy is exempt from giving, not even those who live by what others give. Numbers 18 is the chapter where the Creator answers the people's fear with covenant precision. After Korah, after the budding staff, after the cry, are we all to perish? The Creator does not simply calm the fear. He establishes the system that makes holy approach possible. Four things this chapter gives you for the march. Wait before the reward. Aaron's calling opens with what he bears, not what he receives. If you're called to sacred service, the cost is stated before the provision. This is covenant clarity, not discouragement. I'm your portion. The highest inheritance the Creator offers is not territory, it is Himself. If you have released the kind of earthly accumulation others build freely, Numbers 18:20 is your covenant anchor. The Levites standing in the gap, they bear what the congregation cannot, and they live by what the congregation faithfully brings. Sacred service and the provision of sacred servants are inseparably linked by design, not by cultural custom. The tithe of tithes. The tithe of the tithe. No one in the covenant economy is exempt from giving back the best of what they receive. Generosity runs all the way through at every level without exception. The question Numbers 18 leaves you with is this. What are you bearing? And are you bearing it as a covenant weight or as a burden you resent? And what are you receiving? And are you returning the best of it? Thank you for walking through Numbers 18 with me. Like, share, subscribe, and do not miss Numbers 19. The red F is coming. And now, a live sax meditation. Let the sound carry the weight of Aaron's calling. I am your portion. And let us imagine the cover Levite returning the best of a tenth to the one who gave it. Shalom.